James Shaw can be a powerhouse at moments such as this, but as you can see, just behind, he's dealing with the charging Belgian. She's sticking with Ted Turns.
Yeah, I think so. You can see Stuyven, I think, is at the front for Belgium, just trying to set something up, possibly for Toynes to maybe do something on the Teigenberg. But this is a strong ride here by James Shaw. He's obviously a neo-pro, learning his craft and in the right place at the right time, I think.
Stuyven and Toynes, and there they are. Well, will they go very, very long? Just powering up the outside is Tveen Kasteleins. Hayes van Hoek is there as well, but that is Floris de Tier. I think he's out of position at the moment, but he presumably knows what he's up to. Likewise, Arnaud Demar, and he's isolated. There he is, number 21, from his teammates. And staying close at hand is Dimitri Claes, who would hope to mug him a little bit later on. In fact, he's on his back wheel. The man from Cofidis takes a toot, douses his head. I imagine he'll dispatch with that bottle in a few moments' time once he's emptied it upon his torso. In fact, he keeps it, just leaves a little bit left in the cage, as it were, with 12.5 to go. I'm beginning to wonder whether Arnaud Demar is going to get the support that he needs. His team have been lent on today, and it may well be he just has the likes of Jacopo Ganieri late on to deal a potential hammer blow. He's got Michael Delage, Marc Serrault. I haven't seen Brian. I think the difficulty of the day may well have had a sapping effect on the lead-out train for Arnaud Demar. He may have to go alone.
Yeah, it's okay speculating about this sprint, but if you've not got a team to bring these riders back, and it was the team of Belgium, the national team, with Stuyven at the front, and getting inside the last 12 kilometres with the Teigenberg. We're at the foot of the Teigenberg now. 3 riders. I know that the original breakaway rider, Michael Goulart, is kind of hanging on a little bit, but strong ride by James Shaw, the Brit, at the front.
14 seconds. Yeah, it's all very well talking about lead-out trains, but if they're not there, well, you're going to be on your Jack Jones, as it were. We'll see whether Arnaud Demar can do exactly that. Strongest pairing at the moment seem to be Stuyven and Toynes. They're powering into this, and they're demanding a lot of the other quick men around them. Yeah, we are going to see some action from the peloton behind, so have a look for that. But Martin Winans and James Shaw still doing a turn at the front as Goulart in the blue, but he's grimacing. No points at the top of the climb this time, but we're going to see some action on this climb from the peloton behind. Dan Gardner there, the Brit at the back, just rolling with the punches that these inclines issue. And here we are, we're starting to see some proper moves here. And it's Run Pot with Lotto Jumbo. And no surprise to see Cofidis involved here. Dimitri Claes is hanging back. Can't see who it is. I think it's possibly Van Steyen, but they've got Van Genekten back there. But I think it's Claes that's their chosen man. He's the man who's staying closest for the time being with to Arnaud Demar. They come up over the top here, 11.1 kilometres to go, and as you were saying, Brian, there's no points this time by for those who've been brave enough to take it on, like Lichtart and Gang. Here we are, 11 K's out, little less than that. Now this is where do you expect the out-and-out pace to suddenly be injected? I don't think they're going to be able to until they hit the Flamme Rouge, which is at the top of that last little test. Yeah, there's a lot of riders gulping for breath now. That was a big effort there by Pim Lichtart. I think Kenneth van Bilsen also in there, and I think this is Floris de Tier here again. He's on a good day, but Quick Step trying to fire a rider across, and that's Tim de Klerk. So yeah, it's a lot of riders starting to struggle now. Just over 10 kilometres to go. No control of the peloton yet, but plenty of attacks at the front, and there's a group now of about 6 riders trying to distance themselves. Well, just looking, and de Klerk looks like he's got Tosh van der Sande for company as well, which is a danger. Just having a look behind, they're not wanting to work too much just for the time being, and want to get on with this. Lotto Jumbo, you know, they've been so lively all day, and they've got riders here in this front group, the bridging group, and indeed on the nose of the chasers as well. That's an assembly of talent. What about Amund Janssen, Brian? People are unaware of the young Norwegian. Yeah, we're going to see today. I think he's probably got a little bit of learning to do. We'll have to wait and see, but we haven't caught a sight of him yet.
but he's got 2 teammates now just drifting off the front of the main peloton.
Can't see if that's Van Leeuwenhoek. I don't think it is that's coming over. Doesn't look big enough for him for top sport, Sport Vlaanderen. Drop the top, as they say. Still, Lichtert works hard, and in fact, he's got company now. Now, this is looking like a reasonable fighting force, and with someone like Tim de Klerk as well, who offers up a lot of protection from anyone behind him. He's a big lad, isn't he?
Yes, but yet again, I think it's the national team of Belgium putting numbers towards the front, so I cannot see this one going away. Not everybody's contributing. We're inside the last 10 kilometres now, and this group needs everybody committed if they want to hold off the peloton.
So, just under 9 kilometres to go, and here they come. Sailing into view, I think it was Maxime Daniel for Fortuneo Vital Concept, because Dan McClay will be shadowing Damar, who certainly will go for this. Meanwhile, Tom Bone looks like he's busy doing his own thing.
Oh, he was in the edgy seat there, but he's just sat back and taking a drink of water. Must be getting excited, but yeah, he relaxed now. I think, like any ex-bike rider, when you get in the commentary box, you're always looking closely at the screen to see what's developing and what's happening. Somewhat different to be actually in the peloton itself, but yeah, sometimes it's worse actually sitting in the commentator seat than actually being in the race.
Especially next to me, Brian? He's nodding. 8.2 kilometres to go. Here we are. So the 9 up front, being joined by 7 more. There's 5 just behind, and in fact no panic just for the time being, despite this little sequence. Little sit up there from the Sport Vlaanderen rider, as he just wanted to get himself into a more comfortable place for this busy approach. And it is Elliot Lichtert who's managed to get up here. That's good work. Just on the front, flicks his elbow out and says, come on, do a little bit of work. Floris de Tier from Lotto Jumbo comes through. They are starting to mix it just a little bit. Can't quite see who that is from Fortuneo Vital Concept. I'm kind of wishing it to be Daniel. Yeah, I think it is Max Daniel. He's more of a distance man. I called him earlier, but I thought he was a bit bigger than that. But anyway, they're further behind, and in fact McClay is getting involved. I'm actually unsure whether they wanted that spray at the very last here, but Wanty pick it up. 7.2 to go. There is a climb, Brian, that doesn't even out until we get to the Flamme Rouge itself. It's still a sapping course, this.
It is. It's Juan Alfredo for Wanty Group Goodbar at the Enrique Mas in the quick step.
Well, Mas is there, and he takes the front, and it almost says, that was almost handshakes time there. Thanks for that. Not quite sure what that was all about, but having a look further back here, and this is Jens Kerkelaer that's keeping the drive going. Enrique Mas just behind him, and in fact Castellines. And as you see, it's Verwijst it is from the Belgian team, who's clearly a marker for the rest of them. And here they come, and it's Cofidis with Dimitri Claes that's making a move right now on this left-hander. Nasty one as well. Could be sketchy, and we just pull away from it, unfortunately. 6.4 kilometres to go. Well, it's lively, particularly on this turn out front, and this will have stretched it out again, Brian.
Yeah, we'll do, but we're on to the main road now. The Belgian national team taking control of the front of this peloton. Aaron Verwelst at the front, Jens Kerkelaer. Third place is Enrique Mas, doing a good ride. Spanish riders are not notoriously good at riding here in Belgium, especially as a climber, but he's holding his own court at the moment.
There we are, big pickup. Cofidis decide to bury themselves, and this was supposed to be a shrouded move, and unfortunately, like a dodgy magician, everyone saw it coming, and here it is. 5.8 kilometres to go. Well, could be magic. Let's see. No response just yet. The alarm bells haven't quite started ringing, but they might.
Yeah, another rider that has been on the attack already. Floris de Tier is with him for Lotto NL Jumbo, but it's still the national team of Belgium at the front of the peloton. They want to bring this down to a sprint.
I think so. I think they believe they've put enough hurt on Damar out there. Have they diminished his lead-out train? I think he's got 2 riders with him. We'll have a look more closely if we get a helicopter shot for you in a few moments' time. So a brace up front, the chase is on to them, 5.3 kilometres to go, pace is high. It'll get knocked back, Brian, with another incline to come.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's down to Jens Kukele with his teammate Verwels just doing bit and bit at the front of the peloton, hoping that they've still got enough left to bring these riders back for a sprint. Francia de Jeux starting to get lined up for Arnaud Demar just in the right side of the peloton, just moving up in the white. Ray
Crader is doing a good job, by the way, in the orange of Roompot. He's got Vermont Fort, the youngster, who's been almost a constant. This is that drag we're talking about that won't really unwind until we get to the Flamme Rouge. And I'm looking to see Arnaud Demar. I think he may well have to jump on others' coattails here. I think you might get somebody going long from Quick-Step in a few moments' time. We'll see. Tim de Klerk's been extremely busy. Haven't seen much of Elio Kaiser. Don't know whether it's going to be his day, to be fair. Verens Classic are getting ready for Roy Jans as well, in their sort of lime green, as you can see. Would you describe it as yellow? Not quite sure. Here we are. There it is, the lime green of the boys, starting with the sevens. And everybody looking for space. Well, he's got what he needs. Delage is there. So is Ollie Legac. Maybe he's not his principal lead-outs, but he's got enough to deal a few blows, I think, has Demar, and I think he still remains as favourite with only 4.1 to go. Yeah, you think that, but Belgium are trying to think otherwise. Brave effort from the two riders in the front. Rider from Cofidis in the red is Dorian Codon, and a rider, Floris Detair, has been in the several breakaways already today, but slowly but surely Aaron Verhelst of the Belgian national team is bringing it all back together. Have you spotted Dan McClay yet? I haven't, no. Looking then through this group, no, me either. I was kind of hoping. There's a brace coming up right now, and I'm wondering if this is him from Fortunato Vital Concept. You'd have to go very, very long if that was going to be the case. Yeah, I'm still struggling to pick up. I've not seen them all race, so we'll have to kind of just wait and see. But Dan McClay loves racing in Belgium, and just trying to see who it's actually. I think that is Dan McClay just on P2. You see the guys in the centre of the road there, sort of left-hand side of your picture, with the white with the green accents upon their sleeve, green sleeve caps, if you will. There is Vermont Fort. Now, he's a massive presence, and he's just on the back wheel of Pim Lichtart at the moment in the orange. Now, Pim Lichtart can deliver a real punch through the air, and I think Vermont Fort is clearly minded to go for this today. There he is in the orange. Indeed, I still think it's McClay who's just coming up alongside. If it is, he's got rid of his beard. Here we go then. 2.9 kilometres to go, and there's others with options here. Most certainly, Roy Jans' Verens Classic boys very much to the fore. Yes, so just inside the 3 kilometres to go, nobody really got control of the front of the peloton. Still the Belgian national team, but plenty of riders there for the Verens Classic team looking after Roy. Wanty also moving into position, 2.5 kilometres to go. Oh, a little bit of a jink there, and almost taken out was Michael Delage. He's second man standing, and he has an argument here. What are you up to, he says. Elevated road furniture in the centre. Left-hand side was the best place to go, and already arguments on the approach. And Francis de Jeux, sick of being bullied, coming up to the fore right now, and in fact mixing it with Wanty Group Gobert, possibly working for Kenny de Haas, and I think that's going to be their chosen son. Meanwhile, disengaged on the wrong side of the road are Quick-Step Floors, trying to get something out of today, but there's so many others as well who have some options. But everyone on the coattails of Arnaud Demar and his lead-out train, they're in a perfect position at the moment, Brian. It's a straight road, albeit with an incline to deal with. Yeah, more teams starting to come up, but that was just a last-ditch effort by Enric Mas for Quick-Step Floors. Also here are the Belgian national team just revealing themselves in the dappled sunshine late on here. Some long shadows. And also, as you can see, Cofidis are here with Dimitri Claes, but I think it's Jonas van Genekten for them and Jens de Buskera. So they're looking about themselves at the moment, and everybody is keeping their powder dry. And Danny McClay is there amongst his teammates. So is Van Leeuwenhoek. But we've got a satellite rider who decides to go long. Is he going to draw a response?
Yeah, that's just another last-ditch effort. But you get it 50 metres up the road, you give it absolutely everything, and then your legs kind of blow up, and he's starting to suffer already before these riders are going full speed.
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it was Marcel Meissen from the Biobank Corridon team. But there's no match for the power that we're seeing back here. Roy Jans still mixing it there in the lime green or Dayglow yellow of Veron Classic, but you can see Francis Tejeu not to be put out of position at the moment, still working so hard. Pim Ligdaert is doing a fantastic delivery job for Cohen and Velmelfort. He's going to have to find some excuses late on if he doesn't manage to make it stick. Kenny de Haas is in here and it's getting brutal. They're underneath the Flamme Rouge, and race position now switches to Velmelfort here. Almost sounds like Voldemort, doesn't it? Well, let's see. Will it be an evil day for him? We'll find out for the Rompont Nederlands boys at the moment. Still no panic though. Nobody reaching out just yet.
Yeah, Pim Ligdaert at the front there, just a little bit further down. You can see the Français de Dieu riders, and Edward Towns also trying to follow Demar.
And they're starting to pick it up and look for the centre of the road. That's the safest place to be. They go for the crown right now, and maybe it'll belong to them. Oh, and there's jinking and diving, and Demar's been dispossessed. Oh, everyone else is running out of drive just for the time being. Edward Toynes, though, is about to be released. There he is on the back wheel of Jesper Stuyven, who powers into this one. Demar decides to come and try and join the fun. Ilio Kaiser's also in the mix. Kaiser, who we've seen very little of, is maybe going to join the fun, but I think Demar's going to make it happen. And so it proves to be. Well, you know what? It's hard to keep a good man down, and after all the bullying that they issued to Francis Tejeu today, they took it for themselves.
It was a fairly messy sprint in the end, but I think the strongest sprinter won. Good effort by Jesper Stuyven bringing up Toynes, but yeah, messy sprint, but the fastest man, I think, in the race with the form guide is the winner today.
Nice to see Ilio Kaiser mixing it as well towards the end. Clearly he felt he got good legs. He'll be looking for points as well within the Napoleon Cup. He sits in 7th place. We'll get those for you in a moment. But Arnaud Demar, in the end, he did have to do it more or less on his own. I know he had some backup down there, but from this helicopter shot. But to be fair, he was always going to be the quickest man and was always going to be the man to beat. All the strategy was to try and stop him.
Yeah, and the Belgians tried to do that, but unfortunately they were left empty-handed.
Job well done for Francis Tejeu. He's a man with great confidence at the moment. I showed that today. He'd carry that to the Tour de France. It's becoming a familiar face on the top step of the podium. Here we are, bro.
Well, he never really panicked. You just see his teammate leading him out, and then Jesper Stuyven had Toynes on the wheel, and it was a drag race that there was only going to be one winner of this drag race, Jesper Stuyven on the right-hand side. But Demar decides to use his teammate as quickly as possible. Ilio Kaiser comes up with speed, but Demar got on the wheel of Toynes just for a fraction of a second, which was enough. He blasted past, took the win. Toynes hangs on for second with Kaiser in third.
Yes, it was Maxime Daniel, the chosen man for Fortunéo Vital Concept. And as you saw, Van Leeuwenhoek was in the frame, but I'm afraid it wasn't a picture for him. Here we are at Chase the Line, that little dip that they come out once they come over the crest on the Flamme Rouge. It really does beg the sprinters to work, and indeed best functioning of all, Arnaud Demar. Good race there, Brian.
Yeah, it's always an exciting race. These flattish Belgian races, plenty of riders wanted to go on the attack even inside the last kilometre.